Welcome back once again. My name is Mr. Charles Weniken. In today's video tutorial, we'll be discussing on PN junction diode. We are still on diode series, and I believe that we'll discuss much more about diode in this series because if I am to upload or to shoot any video, I will make series on that particular component until I get to the end of it, if not to the end, to semi-end, so that I can also continue from another component. But one thing I am also telling you guys is that by the special grace of God, very soon I will be making another videos on the practical aspect of it. But definitely I will start from how to read meter, most importantly digital multimeter, because that is the only meter I also understand very well. If I can also add it the analog aspect, or depending on the time, then once I started it, definitely I will be testing every other component which I am also using, which I have been teaching you guys to explain each of them, because the reason why I'm putting this thing down first here is just for you not to, because there are a lot of people that ask me too many questions in case when I'm to bring out any motherboard or any kind of component to test it, and you see it in any electronics board. At least if you have come across any of my video, you understand specifically how it functions and every other thing, and where it comes from, the definition, and what are the material that they used, and they use and make the component. So that is the reason why I have to make these videos like this in this form, so that once you are going through my tutorial, once I started uploading the other aspect of it, being the practical one, you will not, it won't take you much difficult time to understand exactly what I am saying or doing in that practical, because in that practical is all about testing of meter, testing of a component, troubleshooting, also desoldering, and to solder and to desolder as well. Those things will be also in available troubleshooting, finding out why one or two things is not working and why it's working. So that is the reason why you guys need to have patience with me as well to watch the present one, because I will be discussing on let's say transistors and resistors, and I will discuss briefly on capacitor to an extent, and other ones will be also be discussed, let's say inductor, and all those things, they are very important in any electronics, because all these things that I mentioned, they are in electronics gadgets, could be cell phone, laptop, and television, and any kind of thing. Most importantly, there are some cars in which they are manufacturing the latest one that also uses electronics. So those are the things that you should also put in mind, which is very important for you to learn this, and the other aspect of it will be easier for you. So in that case, today, just as I said, if you like my video, subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and share as well. Now we are still on PN junction diode. Now this area now, which we are to discuss on the PN junction diode, is made up of semiconductors or semiconductor material. It consists of two layers of semiconductor. It consists of two layers of semiconductor, which it has positive, it also has negative. So those are the two semiconductors that it consists of, two layers, positive and negative. So in that case, the PN junction diode is made up of semiconductor material, consists of two layers, and One layer is doped with positive types material and the other layer with negative type material. And you know what positive type material means? Plus, and the other one is negative type. And in which, most importantly, we all know in our various electrical appliances, we all will we do see the positive and the negative as well as the neutral. But in terms of the electronics and components, some have most importantly, diode. There are some diodes that have two legs, and there are some diodes that also has three legs, all depending on how they function. But in this case, this one is positive and negative, which it carries or it contains two legs. So the combination of this diodes being P and N, being P positive material and the negative material layer formed junction known as PN junction. That is what I mean is that the space that as during the manufacturing, that is the combination of the two, of the positive and the negative. Now it formed what we call PN junction diode, which is named, hence its name, PN junction diode. So that is how it is called. P stands for positive, while N stands for negative. So when they combine, so they form they form PN junction diode because both of them they have positive and negative. Just as I explained before, once a voltage is coming out from positive, it will give to negative, and on that process, that is what's called doping. It will enable, it will now, the positive will will jump to negative, while the negative will also jump to negative. So that is how they work, and which can be only be viewed or seen by microscopic, not with our physical eyes. So it allows the flow of current in the forward direction and block it in reverse direction. Let's say current or voltage is moving from positive to negative. Definitely it will block the other negative not to reverse the current back. Because once it reverses the current back, it means that something is wrong with the um, diode, and that is why diode it has a lot of functions or a lot of things to do in electronics component. That is the reason why we cannot specify diodes as passive or active component in terms of the electronics division of passive and the active components. So this is just how it is. It just allow current to flow in one direction, that is called forward direction, and block in reverse direction. So in that case, there are different types of diode that uses that PN junction as well. There are different types of diode that uses the same PN junction, and with variation in doping concentration, because their doping concentration might not be the same irrespective of even if they are using the same PN junction diode, their doping concentration is distinctive, which that is what differentiates them from one to another. So that is how it works. And most importantly, this diode can come as a small signal type. We have what we call small signal types of diodes. Maybe some of you have not seen it, but when I will also be discussing on small signal type of diodes, I will also put the image or the finishing product of it so that you will understand it. But during my practical, definitely, even if I don't have it at my shop or in where I used to do electronics work, because specifically that is what I studied in school, 5 years program, and I graduated, and I believe I I am trying my best for it. So this is just how it is. How we'll make sure that those things are available during the practical and the testing of diode, each of the component and how it works as well. So this one is just for you to know how it works in case if you have seen it, maybe I may not have much time to explain it in terms of the practical, being the motherboard or circuit or any of that. I may not have much time. So that is the reason why I have to start with this first before going straight to the practical aspect of it. So in that case, let's continue. In that case, the signal types, small signal types for they are also using radio frequency and or the other lower applications which may be called signal diode. All these things will be also be discussed in upcoming video. You see signal diode and how it also work itself. But that is the only difference is they all use PN junction, but they have in a different variation concentration of doping. That is just they are different, and that is why their name is also different as well. So in that case, other types may be for high voltage and high current application, and they are also known as rectifier diode used for rectification. And just what I will also be discussing of this rectification, we have four ways and we also have two ways, and we also have the one that is single, which is called bridge rectifier. We also back then in school we audit all these things, but some of them, or depending on the lecturer as well. But in this area, I did a practical on my own. I went out to register myself with my friends, and we did the practical, and that was how we were able to achieve or gain the practical knowledge to an extent in which as on during the school program, after the school then program, we still work the post electronics, all kind of electronics so far. So I have to deal with all these things that I'm telling you. I've seen them, I've tested them, I've worked with them, I've changed them, I have done a lot of things within up to date. So in that case, please don't misunderstand me. It's not all about posting. I am just trying to tell you what I am working with. So in that case, what I'm trying to say here is we have a single, the one that has four leg, and most times you see them, the main function of this rectification or rectifier is for converting of AC to DC so that it will enable other components. So the one that is only receiving AC will receive DC, the one that is also meant for AC will also be meant for AC. So that is the most important function of this rectifier used diodes. So these are just the PN junction diode, how it is, um, the configuration, let me just put it in this way, the configuration of PN junction diode is apparently or obviously that it has P stands for positive material type and N stands for negative material type, and in other hand it is also called anode being positive, while the other one is called cathode being negative. And once we come to this area outward, it's still the same thing: p type semiconductor and n type semiconductor. So that is the main reason why I have to put these things down, so that you will get it, you will understand it adequately and know exactly what we have to discuss. Maybe in our next video, I think that we'll be discussing um, any types of diodes that will also you see how it works and the function aspect of it. But trust me that I will make a practical tutorial. It will be very long and it will also be a series as well. And we will also be discussing on repairs as well, how to rectify issues in any of the televisions or in any kind of electronics, because the only electronics that I don't have much idea on is just cell phones. That is the one that I don't have much idea in terms of the practical, but in terms of the prototypes or reading of the schematic diagram, I'm good at that. Reading of the schematic diagram, study the diagram, tell you the interpret it so that things that I am also with that. Please, if you like my video once again, subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and share. I believe this here is when the place where we end today's video. Thank you once again for watching my video. See you next week.